Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as it gets darker and darker, I'm going to be talking about different forms of active recall. Because I really believe that active recall is one of the best ways to learn, but not really learn, more consolidate. I think you can learn through active recall, but I think it's best to practice using active recall, but it's the best, in my opinion, the best practice method that's out there. And you should be doing this all through the year, not just coming up to exam season, so which is why I think it's really important to come out now. So, what is active recall? So, yeah, the first point, what is active recall? Active recall is like the process of you, like this is me making up a definition, it's the process of you coming up with information on the spot without having time to think, without having time to ask, or without having time to look up. So you're having to remember it quickly and put it somewhere. Or remember quickly and put it into some other medium. So that could be you're doing a question, it's a quick recall question, you remember the answer, you write it down. It could be a flashcard, you have the question, you have to think of the answer, tap on the flashcard to see if it's right, correct, or incorrect. Or it could be if someone's asking you the question, you have to remember the question, answer the question correctly, and tell them it. So I think the different forms of active recall are great in their own ways. I've actually done a whole video on the perks of past papers, which I love that title, the perks of past papers, and how you get to know the types of questions you'll be asked, you get to practice everything in one paper, and it's all like in one thing, and you kind of feel focused the whole way through, hopefully. Then the second kind of active recall, which I don't do as much as I probably should, is using flashcards and other mediums like that. I make flashcards, but it's more like condensed revision notes I'll look over, like very condensed revision notes, but usually for things like maths or biology with diagrams and things like that. But this is not coming from a non-flashcard expert. I do know that if you're shown a flashcard, you look at it, you try and remember it, you see the answer, and you go on, and then you come back to it, and that repetition of looking at the flashcard and knowing what it is, or the repetition of seeing the word, or seeing the question, seeing the phrase, and knowing what the answer is very good for getting it into your head. Like, very good. It's one of the best methods of getting something into your head. However, for me, I like to listen in class. Not saying people don't, but this is just me. I like to listen very carefully in class, take in everything from class, go home, write it down, kind of thing. So I'll then make my notes based on that and have that knowledge from my mind still there the whole way through from what they said in class. I have good ears, apparently. So yeah, but flashcards is a great way to practice on the go as well. You know, there's apps, there's Quizlet you can use to get flashcards on the go. Other people have made flashcards you can steal. Yeah, it's a great way to get it on the go. And on the go, like if you're on a bus journey to school, whip out the flashcards. Even if you're listening to music, just whip out the flashcards and have a wee go at the flashcard and, you know, enjoy the fact that you can get some work done but not really feel like you're doing work. Or if you're just like lying there in bed, you know, have we flick through your flashcards. I mean, bit nerdy, but I do it. Then again, I am the pinnacle of nerdiness. Are my glasses even here? No, they're not. Yeah, flashcards, apparently they have been scientifically proven to work, but I don't use them. And then the third kind, which is actually my favorite kind, because this has kind of been drilled into me since first year, year 8, Northern Ireland, year 7, UK, is someone asking you questions. So I'm so grateful that my mum and my dad, but mainly my mum, have been so behind making sure that I'm revising. So, I mean, both of them obviously want the best for me and want me to do as well as physically possible. So, right from first year, my mum would help me with maths. She'd test me on French. She'd test me on what else? She was like HAE, geography sometimes, but then at third year, geography and my dad went very well together. Certain subjects I would always do with my mum, science. Then with my dad, I would do history and that kind of thing. History, technology, those kind of subjects. And then they would go through the books we were given, obviously, which is what the exam was going to be based off, and they would test me on them, and I had to give them the answers. And if I couldn't, then you go back and do it again. So I've always been exposed to this kind of active recall, and every year it's been the same. My mum and my dad will both help drill it into my skull. Then it comes to A levels, and it's all slightly different with the fact that it's chemistry, biology, maths, further maths. So my dad is not as good at maths as my mum, but then again, he's not a mathematician, so that would make sense. So my mum helps me a lot, like a lot with my maths. My dad will go over some stuff with me. He'll get me resources, things like that. But my mum especially, whenever I've got days off, she will help me do this like talking out where she is clueless and I have to explain it to her kind of thing, because well, my mum's relationship with chemistry isn't great. My mum actually did A-level biology, but she's forgotten it all now, so we explain it to her and then she like will ask me questions on it, stuff like that. So I think that's a really good method of revision, active recall. Also, the fact that you have to explain it to someone is great. Or something that works really well is if you get someone who's clueless on your subject, who is devoted enough to give up an hour of their time to you. As like you could even do it. You give up an hour for me. I give up an hour for you. Then we do something together, like go out, do something. You explain to them as much as you can, and then they can ask questions back, which means you have to be on the ball to know how to answer their questions, and they also have to be listening and you're explaining it. So you explaining it is you taking in all the information from the book from your head. Now you're explaining this without the textbook, you're just explaining. They'll be like, tell me about shapes of covalent compounds, and you'll be like, right, so blah 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 blah, coming straight out of your head and into their faces. So I think that is a really good method of active recall, and one I use all the time coming up to exams. So I hope you do use this. If you don't use it, you can start now. It's never too late or too early. It's never too early to start revising. To start. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. You can now subscribe by hitting the watermark here. And leave a comment down below. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.